that make them appear to be something that they're not. And so all these unchecked ego gets more food for its empty carcass, and it just keeps on being bloated and bloated and bloated, and it never gets filled because that's a never-ending task to fulfill, right? You will never have enough if you think that way. If you think that who doesn't screw somebody else over is not able to go ahead and be successful in life, or the idea of studying and being or being something just because it will give you money, or just because it is the more apparently the better choice, right? To be something that you don't enjoy, that you don't actually want to be, just because you will be able to get a lot of money out of it. And that's what I was told. I mean, it's not a bad intention when they tell you that, because it's usually your parents and people who care about you. But it ends up being a death sentence, because you end up being here doing things that you don't enjoy, but not actually living a life. So you become this walking dead person who never actually enjoys what they're doing, who never actually dares to do something that makes them feel alive, that makes them feel happy, that makes them enjoy themselves in the company of others. So that's where good community members come in, because if you notice that kind of people that think that way, that actually enjoy life and try to do things by their own accord, and by their own wants and needs and love, and they end up being great community members. They help out. Um, they do a lot of things for the community, and that's the point, right? Helping others. That's about that. Not about handing them money, but actually being there for them, which is what love is all about, right? When it comes to another person, being there for yourself, being there for somebody else, it's what love is about. So that's what community should be, right? And it's not a hippie thing, or a thing that is utopic, or anything like that. It's something that we can do every day, and I see people do it every day. But just some people rather just let ego make them think that they're better than somebody else, or that they're smarter than somebody else, and they can take advantage of them. And they can take advantage of good people, and it's a never-ending circle that actually creates more bad people, because some people are not brave enough to maintain a solid moral, or yeah, a backbone of values, right? I'm not going to talk about morality, because it's that word is also misused, like success or like mediocrity. But yeah, that kind of impression, and it turns them into these kind of resentful people, because they used to be happy, right? They knew what it was about, but people treated them awfully, and they decided to make them the judge of their life, and instead of being themselves. And you know what? That people think that person thinks that of me, or that those people think this of me or that, then I'm just gonna not comply with those actual wants, right? With those expectations. I'm myself. I know what I want. I know what I want to be. I know what I want out of life, and I've been very happy for a long time now. And it's odd to me that it's so impossible for some people to realize, even at 50, 60, 70 years old, that they let their lives go by, just because somebody else wanted them to be something, or another. If it was the case, I wouldn't do songs myself. I wouldn't be here where I am right now. I wouldn't have this wife. I'm pretty sure that I would be financially sound, but I would be dying inside, because I was never ever able to experience what I've experienced. And that to me is precious, because it's what allows me to be myself, and what allows me to think about others, and to know what empathy is, and to love the way that I love, right? By being there for people, not actually caring about them, like in the material sense, but actually being there for them, and caring for them, and showing them that I appreciate their presence in my life, and I enjoy being with them and talking to them. And that's what life is about. That's the kind of success that I want. Because I may be hassling for money at the moment, and that's fine. I mean, we all do. But the difference is that I know that I'm able to go beyond it, right? Not make it a part of my personality to just hoard and accumulate and have more and more and more. And that way, I will show others that I'm better than them or that I'm doing great. So what do you care if other people think that you are making it or not making it? How does that really benefit you? If you think about it, others' expectations are just limits to our own experience. That's it. That's nothing around it. If you rely yourself on el que dirán or what they will say or your parents' admiration or anything that has to do with anything external, then you're gonna fuck up your life in a way that is gonna be very sad and very regretful and very filled with sorrow and apologetic nuances that make you be a person that you don't like even, and that's where you get all dried up inside it and everything sucks and you get this frown in your face and this attitude of fuck everything because nothing actually matters because nothing is worth it, right? Because I wasted all my life doing right by others, but I never enjoyed myself and I never did what I wanted to do. So life sucks, right? Happiness and love are impossible. That's what TV says. That's what movies tell me. That's what the news tells me. That we cannot actually enjoy each other. We have to be fighting over either hymns or bellic songs or pieces of cloth with colors or pieces of land that we drew imaginary lines on just to be able to call other people immigrants or illegals. And it's fucking insane that we keep on doing this to each other because, again, we claim to be the most civilized inhabitants of this earth that's ever existed. But you know what? I'm not really sure that we are. I think that we have the biggest brain as we claim to have, yeah, but we're not using it in the way that we could to be able to actually move forward towards the destiny that we have or the destination that we have in this universe, right? Because one day the sun is going to explode and it's nothing about it. It's just going to explode and we're going to be left stranded here because we were distracted in wars and petty shit that we can objectively understand as the same thing because religion is the same thing. Politics are controlled by religion and by commerce, and commerce is controlled by religion and politics. So everything's interconnected, and the ones on top are the ones who are able to quote unquote enjoy the benefits of a luxury lifestyle, right, or luxurious lifestyle. And what does or how has luxury ever made anybody happy except for the superficial expectation of what TV shows them or movies show them that being wealthy and being successful is, because those are only theories, all right? We don't really have to abide by any of that. We are losing time, wasting imaginations in poverty and inflation in economic failures caused by idiots who only want more for themselves and their buddies so that they can keep on sucking out of our taxes because they all are the same. Politicians drain our taxes and give themselves high salaries, and even then they fucking steal from everywhere, and they lie to people and they cheat because it's never enough. Corporations do the same. They maximize profits not by being intelligent and actually working with the community to enhance the products, but by actually lowering the quality of the products and even putting poison on the products so that they can save a few bucks and be able to buy a new yacht next year. Because it's all about profit for them. And corporations, religious institutions, and politics are the same because politics, what do? Again, they steal from everywhere. And religion does the same thing. They steal your time and they don't do their job of showing you how important it is for you to live your experience. That's what religion should be. Understanding that you're linked to everything. That's the fucking meaning of the word. You're linked to everything. Religare, religion, reunite. And the expectation is somehow very superficial because we expect religious leaders to tell us how God works and that it's in mysterious ways and that it's not really something that we can question because apparently people from a long time ago know what was best for people with this kind of technology and this kind of numbers of people available to do the work that needs to be done, right? So nothing of that is really important. What matters is the opinion of old people from a long time ago who were trying to do a nice thing, which is just balance things out, right? Religion, institutionalized religion, is has always been about controlling the strong so that they don't take over everything every time. Because again, that's a accidental physical thing, right? You're strong and you're tall and you're the one that is able to intimidate the best, so you are able to take over everything, right? And religion was a thing to control that kind of ego, unchecked ego, and then it became this kind of nefarious control tool that enabled people to act in a certain way towards people who didn't look like them just because of lack of melanin or not being able to process the sun the same as darker people, right? Because again, that's unchecked ego. That's racism. It's the same thing. People thinking they're better because they lack melanin. That's their only claim to being chosen or being divine is that, right? Them being paler than somebody else. And so we keep on doing this to ourselves and letting them keep on cheating and being in the notion, according to themselves, that winning is the important thing. Not actually doing the winning, but actually the title itself. That's what's important. Not personal growth, not actually competition that is fair and done in the right way, right? So that we can actually achieve to be better. So it becomes this blurred lines of accomplishments that feel authentic, but they're really not, because again, any kind of winning that involves cheating or lying or getting ahead, over stepping over people, that's not winning. That's never going to be winning. Somebody else is always going to be better than you. If you get to first place by cheating, you're not winning. The winner is the one that didn't cheat and actually got behind you, because he or she actually was the one that trained and that made the sacrifices and the investment in time to actually get better. That's the real winner. Even if they get to in second or third place, the ones that cheated don't count, and that's why people or athletes get taken out of their accomplishments. And we should do the same for people who cheat and who steal, like Edison. He should not get all the credit that he gets for being the inventor of a lot of things. That guy sucked, just like the guy that's apparently frozen and hoping to be revived one day so that he can keep on stealing from other cultures and other stories and other perspectives, just so that he can make a lot of money and become this corporation that what it is. I mean, that company, the mouse company, it's it's really that, right? There's a bunch of they are a bunch of rats right now. That they became what their logo is. And it's sad that we keep on admiring that as success and not the mediocre mentality that it actually is, because it's mediocrity. Mediocrity is just conforming to something that doesn't work for you, or doesn't work for anything else, right? That's the apparent definition. I'm not sure what it is, but it is used a lot. That word is used a lot by the quote unquote successful to let us or to make us feel that we're not enough or that we're not valuable like them. They link it to poverty, and they link it to conditions they themselves create. So it's this game of me causing all the problems that are in society because of my hoarding, and me blaming everybody else because of what I cause. And it's astonishing to me how it's so obvious, and yet they use their marketing so well and psychology so well and all the tricks that they use to make themselves seem like they are not the mediocre bunch that they are. That they are actually successful, and not the people living their lives and actually enjoying their time in this earth. They are not successful. They are hippies and they are utopic fools and crazy people. That's what they are to them. But when they place a mirror in front of their face, they cannot even look at themselves over the kind of shitty actions that they make, or the decisions that they make over greed and convenience and power and control. And they call themselves successful because that's what they place themselves as in their magazines and in their web pages and newspapers and all that, and TV shows. They put themselves at the top just so that we can keep on believing that they are not suited for the regular life like we are, right? They're able to do nothing with their lives and just follow formulas and exploit people and lie and be fake just so that they can keep on selling and they can actually keep on making a living that way. And that's why I don't like reality TV that much, because it makes empty people be even emptier, and then we have the suicides, the suicides, and we have the depressions, the anxieties, and all that, and it's very prominent in that kind of environment because we are all scared of actually dying at one point, and we should be, but that fear should not be used to control people or to control us into thinking that greedy, fake, loveless hoarders are the solution to our problems. They are the cause of our problems. They're nothing to be admired. They are not successful. They are mediocre people who think that hoarding is the way to go when they're just taken away from everybody else. That everybody else is us. We that actually can do the services and help around in society to keep things rolling. We are the causers or the creators of that wealth, and yet we keep on funneling it to a couple of guys and a couple of girls that think that they are very smart because they are the owners of the capital. But they're not the owners of the capital in a fair way, because either them or their parents or their grandparents, any one of those steps might have been involved in a negative way to attain that wealth, and so that becomes the other issue. Well, how do we measure success then? And it's again, we go back to the same thing. We enjoy life. That's how we measure success. Anything that is not enjoyment in this life is not success. Life is going to come with pain and with sorrow and with crushing and debilitating negative things, and it's okay. It's part of life. If you don't learn from those, that's when the problem becomes, or that's when this becomes a problem. Because you're not trying to you're not trying to live anymore. You're trying to be apparently successful to people who don't even care about you, or that shouldn't care about you, because they have their own lives to take care of, and they don't, because they follow things that they didn't want to do. They did things that they didn't want to do. They had a chance to be happy by doing what they thought would be the best for them, but they ended up conforming to their parents' expectations of wealth and notoriety, just so that they can be feeling like that's happiness, or something like that. And it's not. It's something, and I'm not saying that 100% of them are wrong. I mean, some of them did make their money through good means and are good to their employees and all that, and they reinvest in their communities, and those people are worth it a lot, because they are the people who actually know what it's about. But when it comes to that kind of success, it's really rare, and in wealthy or elite circles, the thing that matters the most is just appearances, likes, attention, what other people will think of me, and it's fucking dangerous, and it's emptying us of empathy, and it's making us apathetic and joyless, and thinking that it's not worth it to be a good person. So you end up being a dickhead who just takes over stuff and makes a living out of hoarding by taking away from others, and that's the same problem that keeps on happening, and that's what's happening right now with the most powerful nation in the world. They're trying to take over things, just so that a couple of already wealthy people can have more, because it's never enough for those fools. It's never enough for the people who think that they are worthy of everybody's time and attention and resources, just because they are lacking melanin. I'm sounding repetitive, but it's true. That's what they are. So it needs to be emphasized. They don't care about us. They care about hoarding, and they don't even care about themselves because they talk about themselves and about their families very, 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 very wrongly and very, very sketchy ways. And it's sad that they don't know what a family member is or what love is. And it ends up being this disconnection and impossible dread that everything's just there and it's not worth it and it's not. You can go nihilistic and understand that nothing is making any sense, so nothing is really important. But the important thing about that is that you realize that you are here and you are able to give it importance. You are able to give it the meaning that you want. But if you keep on following others' expectations, not advice, I'm talking about expectations, about social pressures, about sentimental blackmail that even family members impose on you, that make you do things that you are not willing to do by your own accord. It's something that is forced on you because that's what it's supposed to be, and that's how you quote unquote honor your parents. And that's really what where it comes boils down to, right? We do everything to get their admiration, that love, apparently that we think that is love. We get that annoyance inside of not actually being full because we keep on relying on things like el que dirán or what they will say, and we just die inside because of it. And then we're 70 years old trying to impose that same way of thinking on our descendants just because we are the patriarch or matriarch of the family. And it's rather depressing that we keep on trying to give that meaning to something like that, right? Like honor your parents is not about you doing what they want for your life. It's about you doing the best thing that you can do for yourself so you can be happy. Outside of rape and murder, that's the only thing that is important, right? If you're not raping or murdering anybody or stealing from anybody, then you are able to do whatever else that you want. Don't hurt anybody else. Don't go outside your realm and just enjoy yourself. And you'll see that there's where the concept of happiness relies. Tranquility, love. It's all relying on that kind of ease and lack of manipulation and lack of apathetic intent of people who are dried up of any kind of sentiment or decent feeling inside just because they are never showed what love is. They are never showed what caring about something or somebody else is. Yeah, again, cheating is not winning. It's really dumb that we think that by cheating somebody out of their trophy or out of their win, we're better than them, and we're not. It's not about winning. It's about being better than yourself. That's what's going to get you where you want to be. So yeah, I think that's about everything I have for the moment, and well, I hope you did enjoy it again. I hope you have a great day, and if you did listen all the way here, thank you, and sorry for the two-parter. I just got sideswiped something and I had to stop the first video. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Cheating is not winning. If you cheat, there's always going to be that little thing on the back of your head that's telling you that you're not good enough and that you're not better than the person who actually came after you. So just think about that. You don't have to cheat. You just have to get better at things yourself and practice and invest time in what you love, and you'll be okay. I fucking promise you'll be okay. What others think of you and what others expect of you is really not that important as what you think of yourself and what you expect of yourself. So yeah, it sounds cheesy and hippie and all that, but live the moment, enjoy yourself. That's where happiness and love will find you. Otherwise, it's just going to be repelling it like a magnet. It's going to be really close, but it's going to be not reachable for you. So, I mean, at least that's my experience. Again, I'm not judging. I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I just see things and I try to map them up in my brain, and that's how it comes out. So, again, cheating is not winning. That's my theory. Hope it makes sense. And again, thank you for for listening all the way. Have a great day.